Okay, well, good morning, guys. Hope you're all having a good Sunday morning here. Thought it was time for a little Fleabay edition while I had a few minutes to myself, just me and the dog here in the house this morning. So let's go and look at, and I haven't looked at anything yet. Let's just glance at shapers and mills, and then if we got time, maybe we'll look at lathes. We haven't done lathes for a little while. So, Atlas Mills. Um, I really rag on Fleabay stuff here, and I will continue to do so. It still does have its uses. I just yesterday tracked down a piece of steel here, a piece of 41-44 inch diameter, and it's a 3-inch drop is what it is. I picked it up for the rotating base on the grown-up corn tool and cutter grinder. And on stuff like that, Fleabay is kind of the last place I go a lot of the times. But I looked here in town and nobody had any drops, or nobody that I deal with had any drops. And to go to Online Metals, which is where I normally go. I think there's a couple of places that may be cheaper, but Online Metals usually gives me okay service, but I pay a premium from them, I think. I think, unless it's something that I really feel like I need, I kind of try and avoid them, even with their discount codes and everything. And I ended up with this drop off of Fleabay when I was looking last night. It's a piece of 4-inch, 3-inch long, and it's 4140 annealed. I think I gave $31 and change for it. Everything that I looked at online, from like Online Metals as an example, and I looked at 3 or 4 other places just searching for, it was double that. So Fleabay does have its uses, and I do buy a few things from Fleabay, and I buy some Atlas parts and some other parts from them too. But it's good and bad type of thing. Milling machines, I'm not seeing anything at all new, so I'm not even going to stop and look here. Everything looks like it's stuff we've looked at. So let's go to the shapers. And okay, here's a couple of examples right off the bat, and I don't know how much time we'll spend here, but here's a new listing for an Armstrong number 39 shaper tool holder for Atlas South Bend pre-owned. They want $179.99 and $9.21 shipping for it. Let's see this is one of our normal Fleabay sellers. Shank measures 3/8 by 1. Overall length is 5 7/16, and tool accepts 1/4 inch bits. Now that 3/8 is the right width. 1-inch wide shank is, I believe, too wide for the Atlas. I think Atlas stuff is 7/8 inch, so you may run into a problem with that even fitting the tool holder for on the shaper. And this is a shaper tool holder. We'll look at it here. Just big pictures. Got a piece of brazed carbide in there we don't care about. Proper design and everything, but I think that is actually too big for a Atlas. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that will even fit. I'm sure it's 7/8 on the shanks, because I turn down shanks for the ones that I build. Now these external tool holders, I've prototyped these, and I think I showed building one of these. Maybe I haven't yet. If I haven't, I will. But that's too much money. Way too much money to be putting on. $180, even a reproduction. If I'm putting out a reproduction of this one, brand new, it's maybe 120 bucks, $125, something like that. I don't remember now. Now here's another one right below it. I'm going to tell you before I even go and look at it that it's from the same seller. Going to be the exact same thing. Now, this is a Williams. This is an internal, and I have built the internals and put them out there. I think they're in that $75-$80 range, something like that. Now I sell them without the extension bar in them. It's a standard 1/2-inch bar is what goes on the Atlas. They want $229.99, as shown in very good condition. Appears barely if ever used. Shank measures 7/16 by 15/16. 15/16, I think, 7/8 is I'm pretty sure the magic number for the Atlas. Tool accepts half-inch boring bars, which is what the standard Atlas did. But I believe both of these are way too much. Now, like I say, they're wanting $229, and are we doing another $9.21 shipping? See, I think my reproductions have been in that. I think $75, $80, something like that, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to go and look. If you guys are interested, it's on the atlasmachineshop.com website. Is where they where they are. I will have more of these in stock soon. Now I'm going to change and I haven't released any of these. I've got some of these built. I haven't released any of them because I'm going to do a little bit of changes to them. I'm going to run mine through the bluing tanks, I believe. I think we're going to. Before, I haven't done that. I've run these out just as raw stock, because that's what most of them are when you get them. Let's look at the big pictures of this real quick. But I'm going to run them through the bluing tanks, I think. So, yeah, mine are welded up here. They're two pieces that are welded. These are forged. They're going to be better. They're going to be more properly correct. But from a functional standpoint, mine work just fine. I got no gripes at all with mine. And the bars, you build your own bars. That's not a big deal. So anyway, that's what we got there. Go on down here and see if we've got and everything else here we've looked at too. So that's all the time we're going to spend there. Let's go see what we've got under Atlas lathes. And I'll hit some of this stuff, but most of this stuff I feel is too expensive for what it is. So we'll go over it. Here's right off the bat, new listing. Original Atlas Craftsman 10-12-inch lathe lantern tool post with rocker. $67 and $8.90 shipping. I think it is good, especially starting out, to have a lantern tool post with lantern tools. A good portion of the time, if you're buying a lathe, they will have these tools and everything. But if it comes right down to it, and it's $67 for just a lantern tool post with rocker, and we can look at this, there's no tool holders with it, and this is from one of our sellers that screws you very good. Thank you very much. That's way too much money. This is a leftover thing, and there's nothing in the description other than just it's a lantern tool post. This is what you're getting for your $70. Now, when you look at it from a machining time, if you're going to build your own perspective and materials and everything, it's a fair price, but it's a bad investment. These should either come with your machines, or if you could pick up this assembly for $20, it's worth throwing in your toolbox. When you get into this $60, $70 for this with no tool holders, you're much better off to go to a quick change tool post. Put an AXA style tool post on it, one of the imports, and be done with it, because ultimately there's advantages there. Now there's some disadvantages, overhang, rigidity, the overhang, so you're cutting into rigidity on your tool post mounting and stuff. But these are something to pick up when you can get them for next to nothing. These are not a desirable item for on your machines for accessories. So don't waste your money at $70. That's foolish. $70 and $9 shipping. So faceplate, 1.5 by 8, $75.95 and $9 shipping. And this one's got a Craftsman badge up in the thumbnail for it. There again, faceplate's a good accessories to have. It's not worth $75 and $9 shipping. Now this is one where I will tell you that if you've got threading capabilities on your lathe and you're trying to learn this stuff and know a little bit, know about thread, have some basics of threading and everything, buy one of the cast iron blanks or even an aluminum blank to use on an Atlas as a faceplate. Now I haven't looked at any castings for these. Normally you can buy just a raw cast iron casting relatively inexpensively, $30, something like that, $25, $30, $35. I say on these little light duty machines, an aluminum faceplate will work for 90% of what you want. You can drill into it and tap it easily and fix you know, screw a drive dog right into it if you thread the hole, if you've got a repetitive thing. 75 bucks, 84 bucks by the time you pay shipping and then tax on top of that here in Washington anyway. Um, I think that's a little bit steep. You know, a lot of guys will use a faceplate for a lot. I very rarely use a faceplate on anything that I do. You know, there's sometimes when they are useful, but is it worth spending 80 some bucks to have it sitting in your drawer for the one or two times you use it every 6 months, a year, whatever the case may be? Look for deals. You know, these are not deals. 10-12 inch lathe thread dial, 9-63, turns freely, C2, $14.98 and $6.50 shipping. Now that's a good buy, other than the fact that just looking at the small picture of it, the housing is crap. This is from a seller that I recognize, sells a bunch of stuff that they're parting out. Anything in the description here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's look at the pictures and see what kind of condition the casting's in. That casting looks kind of ragged. You know, it may be okay, but it's got quite a bit of, yeah, look at all the oxidation on it and everything. This thing's getting brittle. Got some rust on the look at how rusty the top of the dial is. This is a piece of shit. Why would you even attempt to buy that and use that? You know, years and years ago, I bought a replacement housing, and they were still available from Closing, and they were relatively inexpensive. They were, I think it was like 15 or 18 bucks, 20 bucks for the housing itself, and then you had to have internals or put your internals in or something. And at the time, I think, and I probably still do have it someplace, I probably had a thread dial that the housing had deteriorated like this one, so I bought a new housing. But the dial and everything that I have was in good shape, where this one's just a piece of shit. Yeah, look at how rusty this all is, and look at how chewed up the drive gear is. This is this is worth $5. Because realistically, there's nothing that's really even worth using. You know, you can use the gear. It's going to be okay. You can clean up the bolt and use it. As far as the... Yeah, see, they're not even showing a real good picture of the top. Yeah, I guess they are. That one's a... Yeah, that's just a rusted up piece of crap. That's not going to clean up well. That's going to be pitted underneath. And, you know, and you're going to build a new one. That's what you're going to end up and ultimately do with it. But why waste your money? That's somebody smoking dope there. Right below it's a 48 tooth gear, 10 bucks and $6 shipping. If it's in good shape, that's a fair buy. Same seller, which I knew from looking at it. Looks pretty ragged. Let's see here, just from outward appearance. This probably came off the, yeah, no description at all. This would have come off the same machine from looking at conditions of it and everything. Yeah, see, look at all of the oxidation. Look at how chewed up the edges of the gears are up here. We'll probably come back to that picture. Let's go back to the picture before and just zoom in on it and see what it looks like. You know, the teeth I see here don't look to be in real bad condition, but with all of this pitting and oxidation, this has sat and been wet for a while, and it's look at that. That's probably not gunk. That's probably oxidation that's built up on the edge of those teeth. This is not a good gear. You know, it's probably worth 10 bucks. Another $6 shipping. You know, if you gotta have one of these, maybe it's an okay thing. That's one I'm kind of on the fence about. Now here's one that's a perfect example of what I say to avoid. And I just said in a little quick video, I think, and in a private response to a guy, um, lathe chucks off of Fleabay, used lathe chucks, are not a good investment. You know, for the money they want for these, you're by far, in my opinion, better off to buy an imported chuck. At least you've got a chuck that you can work with. You can go through and deburr, say, a Shar's chuck, or, you know, any of these new imported chucks, and have something that I think is going to be at least, if not more, functional than these used chucks that they're touting as being original and rare and all this other crap. I just think you end up with a better product. You know, here's a Craftsman 6-inch lathe chuck, 4 jaws, 1.5 inch 8, so it'd be for a 10 or 12 inch. South Bend Atlas, $184.95 and $9 shipping. They're not worth $185. And this is from a seller that sells a lot of parts. And what's the description say? There should be some sort of description. Oh no, there's nothing that tells about him, but it doesn't tell anything about the lathe chuck itself. And what did the description say? It didn't even say anything about the description. So this is a 4-jaw. 4 jaws are going to be better than 3-jaw because you're adjusting how concentric they are. 3 jaws are normally just wore out. And this is, it's going to be a Craftsman chuck. It would have come off of a Craftsman machine. I don't believe that's going to be a, oh, and this is one of the 4 jaws that's, these I don't, you can build this 4-jaw. You can literally build this one. What these are, and I've got a small chuck that I've been going to reproduce. I think I've got this one set up on a plate on my rotary table, I believe. There's an adapter plate for that. And what these are is you've got your standard chuck and your jaws that slide through like you would on a normal chuck, but to drive them forward and back, they're just actually threaded through this area here. And then they're mounted, well, this will be mounted to a backing plate because it's, see, I think this is Craftsman. No, made in USA is what this one says. Yeah, there's our Craftsman logo with their part number on it. So this was sold with a Craftsman lathe or an Atlas lathe. I want to see the back of this chuck is what I want to see. I know it's got a backing. I know it's got a, yeah, see, it's just got a standard backing plate on here, 6-inch chuck. This is no way worth $200 by the time you're said and done. That's probably not an original key, although maybe it is, I don't know. But there's the drive screws that move it in and out, and they're just a Allen head threaded shank that you know, does that. You know, this is one of those that if you could get it for, you know, I say the 3 and 4 inchers they offer like this are worth about $50, $75. You know, maybe if you could get this one for $100, it might be worth doing. $10 shipping's fair for shipping, but it's not worth $185. It's worth about half of that. You know, this works, but it's going to be wore out too. You know, this is not going to be anything that, as they say, has only been driven on Sunday by a little old lady to church and back. You know, yeah, these people are smoking pot still. Half nut assembly with scroll and handle, pre-owned, $38 and $7.91 shipping. Got parts if you need them, but the half nuts are wore out. They're wore out. Item is in good used condition. Only driven by a little old lady on Sundays. No. Original and complete with handle and scroll. It is in good used condition. Half nuts are in very good condition. Half nuts are wore out. They're wore out. I haven't even looked at them. I'm going to tell you they're wore out. Look at how rolled they are. No. Come on, get back up here. Chewed up mark there where something was in it. And yeah, you can't tell that much, but they're wore out. I mean, I have seen ones that are worse, but what's this? You know, we're kind of out of focus, but it looks like we're chowdered up on the right in here on each of these. Look at that chowdered up marks in there. If they were there in focus, you could probably see better, but that looks like that's kind of nasty. Rolled edge there. No rolled edge there. Yeah, those are chowdered up down in it. Look at this. No, these are... And when you see brand new ones, they're going to have flashing on them. You know, you're going to get these pieces of flashing and stuff. But this has been run. Look at that. Look at how chewed up. Look at how chowdered up this is. Good use condition, my ass. Look at that crap. Pot smokers. See, these have been worn about up here. These have been polished down, I think. I don't even think those are normal wear patterns. I think those have probably been sanded off, filed off, whatever the case may be, to get rid of the burrs there. Look at the burring here on these edges. Now, as I just said, you'll have burring, but on these surfaces that have been worn against, that's stuff that's been turned up. It's been rolled up. This is a piece of crap. Good use condition, my ass. Yeah. Don't be buying this shit. See, this has been wire brushed off, and look at the chowdered up marks there where it's ridden. Chowdered up in that corner there. Junk. Junk. I wish I had nothing better to do with my day than sit and smoke pot, because, man, I could tell you all kinds of stories about this stuff. I could tell you all kinds of stories. Don't buy this crap. Just save yourself a lot of grief and don't buy this crap. It's worth half. They want $38 and $7.91 shipping. It's worth 20 bucks. Oh. Okay, 10-12-inch lathe compound rest lower swivel base, $29.95 and $9.85 shipping. Now, before I've even gone and looked, some of these prices like that. Now, this is from a seller that'll get you though. This may very well be worth that. What does it? Does he have a description here? Nope. Not telling you anything about it, leaving it to your own designs. Now, from initial outward appearance, that doesn't look terribly bad. Okay. Still, yeah, okay. Looks like it probably had a little bit of rust and galling and stuff that maybe has been cleaned up a little bit. But I'm still not going to beat that up over that. Yeah, I'm not beating this up yet. Numbers don't seem to be mashed down. Screw head's not all chowdered up that holds the half nut on there. Half nut's going to be wore out. I mean, you know that. Okay, when we get under here, got quite a bit of galling here. As we look at these, you know, it's galled here on the bottom. A little bit of galling there. See, I think a lot of this stuff was just Blanchard ground. That's what I think a lot of this stuff was. So you see part of these Blanchard grinding marks and part of it, you see the wear marks and stuff. You're going to throw the nut away. Haven't even looked inside the nut yet, but I'm going to say you're going to throw that away. You got your marks here. You got the gib, which I don't care about the gib. You can build a gib easy enough. You've got, looks like all the screws and nuts along the side. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, see inside that nut. That's junk. We know the nut's going to be junk. The casting, the screws, I don't know about the screws, but the nuts, I don't know what the screw heads look like yet. It's not all chowdered up. It doesn't look like it's been into the casting there. Doesn't look like it's been crashed against anything. See, look at this nut. Look at all the crap that's still built up and on the edge of that. It's been riding with so much sludge and stuff for so many years that you're going to throw that nut away. That's crap. You don't want that. We know you don't want that. And there you can see that. Look at all the sludge. That wasn't that nut's gone. So you're going to throw that away. Gib's not in, from the back side. I don't know that we ever saw a picture of the front side of that gib. It may be all chewed up, but there again, like I say, you can build that. You got some wear there. You got wear there. And maybe that nut looks a little cockeyed on there. It may have been whacked at some point in time. But the casting itself, and those are usable. They're matching shoulder nuts to lock the gib in place. I'm not gonna beat that one up for $30 and $10 shipping. I'm gonna say if you need one, that's a fair buy. Not gonna beat that one up. Now, right down below it, same guy's gonna have the Lathe compound top tool post slide handle pins and upper swivels. They want $150 and $24.65 shipping for it. I'm probably going to beat that one up. Let's look at it here. Yep, same seller. Good complete upper compound. That's all it says. See, they used to tell you these were in great shape and excellent condition and all that stuff, and we've beat on them enough that they're not doing that. Now they want $150 and $2,500. That's too much for this, for a 10-inch Lathe compound. Oh, I think this has been relieved in here. I don't think they were cut back originally. I think that's a casting that goes up to about where those are. Yeah, that's been filed off, machined off, ground off, whatever the case may be, to accept some sort of a tool holder on there. That's probably not. You can see it had a lantern type tool post, the road right here, right there on that edge. Handle, everything else looks in good condition from this picture. Handle's in pretty good condition. That all actually looks pretty good. A little bit of chewed up on the screw head, it looks like there. Casting itself, I'm going to say, is crap with that big gouge on the top, but the rest of it, the accessories look pretty good. What's this front edge look like? You can't tell, there's a little bit of a dink there. This is what drags it down right here. I might actually say it was worth at least close to the money if it wasn't for that right there. This side telling us anything? Not really. Screw heads have been chowdered up a little bit, it looks like. Yeah, the casting itself is what detracts from it. They haven't shown us a good picture of this other corner yet, though. I'm still waiting to see something that's gonna tell me something there. It's odd that we've got screws protruding here, the top of the screw thread's protruding here, and on this one we don't. Okay, bottom side. I'm saying this would have gone to the lower that we just looked at. And you can see a lot of scarring there. Not quite so bad on that side, but they're showing a lot of wear there. Knob looks okay, nothing spectacular, but nothing really wrong with it. This is the same thing except closer. See, they never have shown us that front left-hand corner of the gib. This is going to match up okay with the lower, but they never show us this bottom corner right here. And I will bet that it's been crashed. I mean, it's not crashed bad. You see a lot of them that are really chewed up there, but I'll bet that's something that's kind of being hidden from the pictures because they don't show anything like that. But that cutout on the top of the casting detracts from it. See, it almost looks like this is wallowed out just a little bit that it shouldn't be. Yeah, they're not showing us that front corner, that front left-hand corner. So, you know, pays your money, takes your chances. What did they wanted? 149 bucks and 25 bucks shipping. Not to me. 100 bucks in the door. It'll go for more than that, you know, but as far as I'm concerned, market value on that's, you know, 90 bucks and $10 shipping, 80 bucks and $20 shipping, something like that. So yeah, they're getting a little. Now see, if he would put that out with the lower for 150 bucks, that I would say would be a fair price. But that's not what we're doing. Original Atlas Craftsman 10-12-inch lathe lead screw bearing bracket, $39.88 and $5.88 shipping. That's the same seller, I'll bet. Yep, same seller. 45 bucks is too much money for it. No description at all. So, a lot of this stuff normally I wouldn't take the time to look at. From that picture, it looks functional. We got, you know, everything, paint's ratted out, but that's nothing unusual. Let's see the ends of them here. Can't really see much in the ends from there anyway. See a little bit of marking right in there. This is going to be, it's going to be wore out. You know, I mean, it's going to be wallowed out. Well, is it functional? Sure it is. I don't believe those are original bolts for it. Maybe they are, but it's not worth 45 bucks in your door. 45 in tax. 25 bucks. 20 bucks worth half. 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 Another threading dial here. They want $40 and $6.50. This is going to be the same seller. I'm going to say this is a better buy than the first one we looked at that was all corroded away. Yeah, this is the same seller, but this one's nice original. That's what the title says. Yeah, no description down there. Gear's crap on this one, it looks like already. Yeah, look at the gear, look at the markings on that gear, how chewed out it is on this end. It's functional, but it's not a good one. I mean, none of them are going to be good ones, but this so far looks in a whole lot better shape. Is it worth 40 bucks? No. See, really keeps showing pictures of this bottom gear. Really proud of that gear, but look at how it's chewed up there, and this is a well-worn gear. There again, functional. But if they're showing you this many pictures of the gear, that tells me that they think this is the best part of that whole assembly. See, been wire brushed across the bottom or scraped across the bottom to clean the gunk off of it. And look at how, you know, it's not even straight gear. We're all chewed up crossways, and yeah, piece of shit. Piece of stuff. There again on the top, they've run wire brush, they've sanded off the top of that. Hit that with a file, belt sander, sandpaper, whatever the case may be, to get all the crap off the top. This is worth 25 bucks. Yeah, look at that. Look at what they've done to the top of that. It's worth 25 bucks. End it off there. It's worth 25 bucks. 25, 25, 25. Now here's another one, and this is a different one from the same seller, I'm sure. This is listed as a Power Companion 6-inch lathe chuck 4 jaws, independent 1.5 8 thread per inch Atlas Craftsman. Yeah, same seller and everything, and I won't look at this much closer than this, but this has got the same jaw, same drive system. The only thing that's different is it's got a different handle. It's just taken a Bondus Allen wrench and welded a T across top to make it into a handle. Yeah, these are not worth 150 bucks. 150 bucks and then $9 shipping. They're not worth that. You know, I'm not going to go in and look at this any closer than that. These are worth 80, 90 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that. Here's a Carriage for a 10-inch 10F. 10F-9 pre-owned, $114.95, but they want $83.35 shipping. No, you're a bunch of, now see, this is another tool dealer. You're pot smokers. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're pot smokers. What's the description say? Carriage came off an Atlas 10F, marked 10F-9, very good condition, nice handle and dial. So in other words, you're buying the handle and the dial. So what do we got here? What do we got? We got the carriage lock, we got the screws that hold the apron on, we got the cover that goes on the cross slide. Looks like it's got the wipers on the, I guess it's got all the wipers. Got the handles and the lead screw assembly. Now, lead screw assembly is going to be wore out. The nut and the lead screw, they're going to be crap. We know that. We're not going to be able to see them, but they're going to be crap. Handle actually looks okay. This looks okay. Now, I would speculate that this has been reworked at some point in time, because we have what looks like a brass washer on both here and here that would not have been original. So this has had stuff done to it. Stuff. Got a couple of whacks out of there. Engravings look okay. Okay, so what do we got down here? You know, if you put the hold down clamps on the bottoms of them, you don't have to show off how scarred up the bearing surfaces are there. So got some rust showing there. I mean, so far I've seen stuff that looks worse than this. Don't get me wrong. The crap down in there. Look at the crap that's still built up on those ways. do have the wipers, although they're pretty, you know, the felts are going to be scabbed up and yucky. What's for? Do we see? See, you don't. They're not letting you see underneath those way covers, or you know, underneath the hold down clamps. It could very well be just scarred up. They're not. It's not worth. No. Nope. 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 114. Now, see, a lot of these have got a coupon code that are knocking $5 off. It looks like 114 and 83. $200 is what they want in your door. This is worth 125 to 150. 125 bucks in your door. That's all I would possibly give for it. Pot smokers. And there's some other stuff here. It looks like I'm not going to get too worked up about it. Headstock spindle 4-step pulley, $29.88 and $21.05 shipping. Let's see what we got here. This is from one of our normal sellers. Yeah, no description. They're not giving us any description at all now. And I will go back down in the bottom and look at a couple more things that are at the bottom of this listing, just because there's a couple of things that intrigue me here. Okay. Look at how worn it is down in below. Now see, this has been scraped off. They've scraped the gunk off. You know, this is not a wear. Now the bushings are going to be wore out in the inside them. You know, these inside bushings are going to be shot. Most guys will continue to run them, but they're going to be wore out. Another head-on view. How come we're all chewed up on the edges of this? On every one of these. What's happened here with that? Showing us the inside. Still same way, cleaned up, you know, whether it's steel wool or Scotch-Brite or sandpaper or what it is. They're showing us that much stuff. And one of the things that doesn't appear to be is these index pins are not all chewed up on this side anyway. This has been run with a large size belt on all of these. You notice how it's not gotten down closer into the bottoms of the grooves. So has it been run with the right size belt, or is it see, look at the wear patterns down in here and how they're not down to the, and that's definitely a wear pattern there. This has been run with the wrong belt on it. It's been run with the wrong size belt on it, I believe. Huh. Which is probably why they only want $30 for it. 21 bucks they want. $50 in your door before tax. No, it's worth $30 in your door. 35 bucks in your door. Let's go on down here in this listing I saw as I went by. Okay, now, and I don't know where these came from, but here's a 5-inch, 5¼ inch chuck back mounting plate. Well, this is a dry plate is what it is. I wonder what the thread is on it. They only want 50 bucks in free shipping for this one. And this is a seller with a lot of feedback, but I don't really recognize who it is. Maybe Craftsman. See, so the metal lathe, 5 1/4 inch chuck backing mounting plate. It's not. It's a face plate. We can look at this one. But see, they only want 50 bucks for this one. Now, if it's the right thread, we can't tell what it is. I doubt this is a Craftsman plate, although it possibly is. No, it's only it's an inch bore. May very well be a 1 1/8. Now, what this may be, maybe, this may have originally been on a wood lathe. So, and there's no reason you couldn't run it on your metal lathe. Let's see, it's probably got a little bit too big a slot here to be to run with normal, you know, some of the normal stuff that you would want to bolt through and everything. It's got other holes in it. It's a disposable plate, basically, as far as I'm concerned, for 50 bucks, $45 with coupon, and that's free shipping. If I needed a faceplate, I might take a chance on that one and see what it tells me. The thing that caught my eye here was a Atlas Craftsman 10-12 inch lathe micrometer stop, pre-owned. They want 200 bucks and free shipping. Newer seller, not a whole lot of feedback there. What's it say? See photos, rotates freely. It ain't worth 200 bucks. Not a whole lot of feedback there. Looking at this, look at how chewed up the casting is here. Look at how chewed up they've done with this. I guess I'm just speechless. That's what it must be, is I'm speechless. It's a good Atlas Craftsman stop. Top's kind of chewed up and everything. Doesn't look like it was machined exceptionally well from the factory or everything, from looking at the angles and stuff. All these chewed up marks on the top of it. It's not worth 200 bucks. It's worth 75 bucks. You know, used one in that condition, it's worth 75 bucks if you feel you have to have one. So that's that. I think we're about done playing here. There's some gearing here. Headstock spindle bearings and collar. Now here's a 10-inch steady rest. 160 bucks or best offer and 1176. Another fairly new seller. Atlas Craftsman 10-inch lathe steady rest, part number 10326T, 10326B. Steady rest designed to use with a 10-inch chuck-sized metal lathe from Atlas. This specific model is compatible with the Atlas 10326T and 10326B lathes. Crucial accessory. Crucial. Part is essential for maintaining stability and improving the quality of work produced on the lathe. So it's a 10-inch, it's not a 10 and 12-inch, it's a 10-inch model. Which the lower base portion, I think, is the only thing that was, I guess this does just say 10-inch. I thought it said 10 and 12-inch, but it's a 10-inch. Looks to be Well, it is complete. I don't see a bottom clamp to clamp it to the bed. This jaw is all rounded over, which means they've used it, but it wasn't adjusted properly. So it's all chewed, and this has been used and abused. Look at the condition of the heads of that brass bar. Why do we got a little hole there type of thing? This is, I mean, it's a good steady rest. Other than not having the base plate for it. Pretty grungy. You know, you can see all the grunge still around here and there and around the bolts. It's in okay condition. You know, I mean, it's a steady rest. Atlas steady rests were pretty stout looking pieces and parts. Be a good steady rest, other than missing the lower. $160 or best offer. With no bottom, I'd say $125. You know, not tremendously out of line, but a little bit out of line. $125. So do we have anything else that's really going to intrigue me here? That faceplate that we looked at for $50, I would guess that's off of a 1 in 10 spindle wood lathe is what that probably came off of. Now here's a 5-inch diameter. We'll look at this one and then we'll go on our merry way, I think. Yeah, I don't see anything else that really intrigues me that well down here. We'll look at this chuck though, because we've been talking about chucks. 5-inch diameter Cushman 3-jaw chuck, 1.5 inch, 8 thread per inch, South Bend Atlas, pre-owned, $159.95 and $17.90 shipping. You're a pot smoker. Yep, this is from our normal seller, and there's not going to be any description with it, I'll bet. We'll look down here, and no key, good condition. No. 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 Look at that piece of crap. Cushman chuck company, and Cushman was a good chuck brand, but look at the condition of this piece of crap. This thing is a wore-out piece of junk. Wore-out piece of junk. Rusty, chowdered up on the edges. Looks like it's chowdered up down there. Look at that. This edge has been filed down, sanded down, routed down, whatever the case may be. Almost looks like it was routed down, because when you look over here at these marks, why, those are almost like the guides off of a router. This is a piece of crap. Look at how chewed up the edges of that are. See, this is how rusty the whole thing was, and they've wire brushed it, sanded it, polished. You know, they sanded off through the center, still got rust here on this outer edge. This is a piece of junk. Imagine this whole chuck having this brown on the outer edges. Imagine that all over it. That's what this chuck was. All rusted out down here. No, this is... Oh. I would be ashamed. If I owned this, I would be ashamed. Ashamed. You only got one set of jaws with it. There's no external jaws. They're wore out. I mean, it's just flat wore out. There's nothing about this that's any good at all. There's nothing. You're not going to find jaws. People say, "Oh yeah, just buy a set of replacement jaws." No, this is a piece of crap. Crap. 159 bucks. This is worth 25 bucks. And the only thing that's worth 25 bucks is because you feel generous to donate to somebody that's in need, and you're buying 3 screws, because there's the only thing that's any good on this piece of shit. I knew I wouldn't be disappointed. Okay, well, let's stop right there. That's enough. It's the Christmas season, so we're going to be merry to everybody. So anyway, I'll get this edited and out for you guys yet this morning, and hopefully you have a good rest of your weekend. We're almost to Christmas. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, although I'll be doing a little bit of something before then. So I will be talking to you again, and comment suggestions, leave them in the comments section for me below, guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this a little bit to do a few more things with the channel here and make things a little bit better. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate you taking the time to watch these. And I appreciate all your comments, good, bad, or otherwise. Now, when you get to be nasty with me, I just delete them. But for the most part, I appreciate all your comments. You know, once again, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So we'll see you later. Bye.